Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of May 17th, 2021. I'm Catherine Haleko, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
And Nicole Eridix.
Hi there.
Every week we chat about the things parents are talking about, complaining about, and obsessing about right now. This week we're complaining about lots of little things that are bugging us and obsessing about parent portals. We're also taking a couple of breaks for an entertainment discussion and a recommendation roundup. Today, we're talking about what we admire in our kids. So these are things that, qualities they have that we genuinely like, not just because, we have to, because we are their mother. So, Nicole, do you have some good examples? I know last week you talked about how your daughter reorganized your office.
Awesome.
So that was awesome.
Yeah, that was very kind of her. I think both my kids have a good sense of humor, so I really like that about them. They are, one of them is just very quick and is, can turn something into something funny right away. And the other one is, hers kind of sneaks up on you. You're just like, actually, that was really funny. So I really appreciate their humor. And just that their sense of adventure, they both like to kind of put themselves out there and try new things. And they're just generally fun people in that sense, if you're into that. They're extroverted and kind of just like to hang out with their friends. And so I kind of admire that, because that, I wasn't as extroverted or I didn't take a lot of risks. I was very self-conscious when I was younger. Yeah. I still am, but. So and I admire that about them, that they kind of put themselves out there and try new things. So that's what I like about my kids. So there's a few more things too. It's your turn.
I don't know. My kids both just seem to be really resilient and I think not burdened by the constant drumbeat of self-doubt that I live under. There's certainly my daughter has had struggles with anxiety, so it's not all clear sailing, but she's had just like some incredibly difficult things in her life and has come through them and is fairly cheerful about the whole thing and just keeps going. And I think that's amazing. I don't know if I would have been able to go through all that stuff that she has. I'm so proud of her for it, which does not mean that I won't still nitpick what she does every second, but still. I'm proud that she takes the nitpicking, and just, seems to be able to go on with her life a little better than I was when I was nitpicked. So, and my son also, has a lot of complicating things, but he just keeps digging. He keeps going. He does what seems right for him to do. He is certainly amazingly able to amuse himself, because he's like in his room for hours and hours and hours without a TV. I guess he's just playing with his phone.
Right.
But, I think he's come further than people would have thought he would, and he still keeps growing and developing. Both of them still keep growing and developing. This is the thing with developmental delays, is that they keep on growing and developing way past the point at which most other kids have stopped. So you can still every day see something new, which is exciting. So I have so much respect for them, how they've handled the things that have happened in their lives and how they have handled having a hysterical mother and just still, they're living their lives. Aww. And I think that's awesome. So I'm very proud and sometimes, wish I could just enjoy things a little more in the way that I think they do.
Yeah. I mean, just from what you've told us in the past, they've definitely had full lives before they even met you.
They did.
They had already been through
those
a lot.
Are still probably having some influence over them, even though, it's an important time in their lives that they neither of them remembers at all. But of course, stuff gets planted in your brain, that whether you're aware of it or not. So there's still repercussions from that, I think, for both of them. But
it definitely speaks to their resilience.
Exactly. Yeah. They just seem to find a way to keep going. And, even in the hardest times when it might have been easy not to, they still do. So, Yay for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good lesson
Yeah.
for for those who are less resilient.
Right.
I would say, especially my daughter, I admire that she's very loyal. You know, she's she's her brother's biggest fan and supporter, and she's, you know, a really good friend to her friends. You know, she's just someone that you can really count on. And she, you know, the people that she cares about, she's not like, that makes it sound like there's huge groups of people she doesn't care about, but I'm just saying, you know, the relationships that she has, she's, you know, she's just a good person to be your friend or your sister or your cousin or whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
She's good at that. So
That's nice.
And then my son too, he has like a very sneaky sense of humor, like Nicole was mentioning about her kids, like you know, that takes us by surprise a lot of the time, you know, just can be very, very creative and funny. And and he also, I think, this is also, I think, something you mentioned, Nicole, like, you know, pretty sure of himself, and whether it's things that other people think, I don't know, you know, I mean, like, he's a drama kid, or he sings in the choir, and you know, but he also plays hockey, you know, he can do all those different things. And then I don't think people have ever really given him a hard time, like, how can you do both of those? But I mean, he just he just is sure of himself in what he wants and what he likes. So that's impressive.
Yeah.
So
Especially at their ages, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that wasn't the message that we grew up with, at least in my like, be yourself, be your own person. Those were not messages. So yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah. And my daughter, you know, she's very persistent when she needs to be. Like, I'm just thinking of things like her skating, where, you know, it took her 4 years to get onto the team that she wanted to be on, and she did not give up. You know, she just kept going, amazing. And she just worked hard at the level she was at, and to keep trying to move up. So that takes a lot to stick with something when you're not necessarily getting the rewards right away.
Yeah.
Delayed gratification. Difficult for many people.
Yeah. And then as parents, we're all agonizing over everything, and then our flexible kids are going, you know, I'll just do something else, or I'll, you know, that's fine. Why aren't you freaking out about this?
What makes us so rigid as we get older?
Right.
I don't know. Well, it's just wanting things to be a certain way for another person and not being able to make that happen in the way we maybe made it happen for ourselves.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing.
I mean, even just all the pandemic stuff, I think kids were incredibly flexible. And, you know, I mean, my daughter had her senior year of high school kind of ruined, and her first year of college, and she's just kind of like going with the flow, like, well, this is the way it is, you know.
Well, it's a great attitude.
Yeah. So,
wonder if to some degree the parents were more upset about the disruption than the kids were.
Yeah, I mean, for some of it, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think parents were as upset as kids that they didn't have to deal with prom.
Yeah, that's true. Darn.
But some of the other stuff, for sure.
Wow. How many tucks and dress places went out of business when prom got shut down?
Oh, I already bought the dress.
Oh, okay.
I have a dress if anyone needs one. Yeah, it was the first, you know, all throughout high school, she had gotten such inexpensive dresses, like, for all the dances she went to. Everything was from Goodwill or other used clothing places are just, super on sale. And so for her very last one, I was like, yes, you can get that expensive one that I bought on February 28th, 2020.
Oh, no.
No.
Yep.
Oh. Ouch.
Yep. So much for that.
Well, our kids certainly deserve nice things, given all the nice things there are about them, even if it's just a beautiful dress that only hangs in the closet. And that will be it for today's round 1. Tune in tomorrow for our entertainment-themed round 2, and later in the week to find out what we're complaining about, obsessing about, and recommending right now. We're always interested in what you have to say, so drop us a comment on our website, our Facebook page, or Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.